Hello everyone and welcome to the RNG University. On tonight's episode, Dimir Poison Counters. So, this is another spin on a poison control deck that I found. I believe it was a while ago, and when I look up the sort of the top tier list, this deck not even in the top, not even in tier 3 anymore. So it's supposedly super bad. But I wanted to try it out just to see how it kind of shapes out, and what makes it bad. Because I really find this deck interesting. It's Dimir. It's got a lot of control elements, but of course, it's not insanely strong because all it tries to win is through toxic and poison counters. Now, there are many ways for our opponents to get poison counters. That is through cards like toxic cards like Vraska's Fault that just straight up gives a poison counter. Proliferate Phyrexia also gives a poison counter. And we try to proliferate with cards like Vraska or was the other one? Drown in the Ichor, right? There's a lot of proliferate sort of effects in the deck, but ultimately, I want to find out how good or not good this deck is, and what makes it bad. So, the deck list looks something like this. We have for the 2-drops, I should say, we have 4, Bring the Ending. It counter target spell unless controller plays 2, so it's basically make disappear, but if our opponent has 3 or more poison counters, it just straight up counters it. So that's actually pretty good for a poison deck. We have 4, Prologue to Phyrexia. 2 mana, draw a card. Not that great, but also throws a poison counter on our opponent. So it's kind of like 2 mana, draws a card, deal 2 damage, right? But 2 damage that cannot be gained back from an opponent. Once they get to 10 poison counters, equivalent of 20 damage, they just die. They cannot gain life out of it. So that's something. We got Anoint with Affliction. If they have 3 poison counters, we exile a creature. Otherwise, we can only exile a creature with mana 3 or less. We have Drown in Ichor, the one that just gives target creature -4/-4, but also proliferates. We have Voidwind Hybrid. It's a toxic flyer 2/1 that whenever we proliferate, we can return this from graveyard to hand. So it's kind of like constant toxic flying over our opponent. Could work, but it really depends on how well we can control our opponent's board. We got Distorted Curiosity, 4-off, 3-drop that draws 2 cards. So we might be able to pay 1 mana to cast this if our opponent has 3 poison counters or more. Reject Imperfection, straight up counter spell, but if that spell costs 3 or less, then we can proliferate. And then Vraska's Fault, right? Each opponent sacks a creature or a planeswalker and then gets a poison counter. So if our opponent is a very heavy control deck and they just have a Wandering Emperor or something like that, well, we can Vraska that and they'll have to sack it. But there's a trick to this. If our opponent plays, let's say, Wandering Emperor at the end of your turn, right? Don't play Vraska's Fault right away. Wait till they -1 to put the 2/2 soldiers or 2/2 samurai on the stack. While it's on the stack, you cast Vraska so that they have nothing else to sack. If you play Vraska in response to them, to the Wandering Emperor coming into the field, well, what they can do, because Wandering Emperor's activated ability is Flash, they can activate it in response to your Vraska and make a 2/2 and sack that instead of the Emperor. So be careful about that. Something that newer Magic players may not recognize. And then we have 3 drag to the bottom, basically a board wipe that gets -X/-X. For X is 1 plus the number of basic lands, so it's kind of a domain card that we require some additional lands for, but we'll talk about that later. And then we have 3 Vraska, the ultimate draw card, proliferate, try to kill our opponent by proliferating until they have 10 poison counter card. So that's kind of a weak sort of overall combo, but we have a lot of control aspect in the deck that hopefully can drag the game out a little bit longer. Now in the land base, we have 3 island, 1 Otawara, 3 swamp, 1 Takenuma, 4 Shipwreck Marsh, 4 Underground River, 4 Rafine Tower, 4 Xander's Lounge. These cards are there for drag to the bottom so that we get swamp, swamp, plains, mountain, and that's 3 extra, right? No forest, but we get 3 extra so that drag to the bottom will be a -5/-5 as long as we have a swamp out as well, or an island out as well. So a total of 4 basic land type, which means -5/-5 will kill almost everything. And then we have 1 Murex to try to put out more little toxic mites to kill our opponent with toxic. Still might work if our opponent is super control. And that's the deck list. Now let us try it out. Where did I put this deck? I've been wanting to try this deck out for a while, but there's a lot of deck that kind of got in the way that looks more enticing. But I want to play this just so that I can understand how good or bad it is before everyone forgets about it. Our first opponent is Sutik. I can't pronounce that. There's no vowel. There's like one vowel in there. Alright, we get to go first with a bunch of distorted curiosity and no way to get toxic other than Murex. So I can't keep that. Alright, way worse hand. Still no toxic. Now we got dragged to the bottom. So, teaches you to mulligan. Alright, we're gonna rank down today, that's for sure. But, you know, maybe our opponent will just quit because they are taking forever for the mulligan. Nothing crazy here. Probably put back a drag. We only need 2 drags. Distorted won't come out. Maybe we'll pay 3 to draw 2 cards, unfortunately. And reject Imperfection. Can't really proliferate with no poison counter on the board. So yeah, that's... I wonder what's happening. Am I DCing? I don't think so. Doesn't look like my internet has any issues. Our opponent is just really dragging us out. Alright, finally. Okay, we'll keep 6. Put back a drag. Done. Some people, you know? I'm kind of afraid that he's just gonna rope. Okay, he's not roping. And we got a poison counter card. Maybe it'll be good. I don't know if I'll bring the end. Oh. I don't know if I'll bring the end whatever he plays because I need to hit my land drops. That's not a land. That's not a land. And if I don't top deck a land next turn, I'll quit. Because that's... what the heck. Counter! Gotta stop that. Okay, I did top deck a land, but might as well not top deck a land because this is nothing, and I can play nothing. Huh. Well then. Guess we'll reject Imperfection all the way. Does not proliferate, but you know what? Stops a Wandering Emperor. Emperors are scary. Elspeth.
Every job is an opportunity to learn more about. You're safe now.
A land? Interesting. We're playing off 3 lands, and they have Elspeth out. I don't know if I want to play this out. At least they whiffed. You know? He needs to +1, right? But it doesn't do anything with +1. Lay down arms. That's a good draw.
I know there's a hero inside you.
Alright, you know what? I'm not playing off 3 lands. You got it. That's a good hand you have. That's a very good deck you have. You know, not playing anything for 5 turns and still win. You must be very proud. I don't know. I'm not salty about my opponent's deck. I'm just salty about the fact that I drew 3 lands. But that's magic for you. Let's try again. Wild Rebirth. Opponent goes first. We got 3 lands, so just gonna keep. Not fantastic, but could be worse. In fact, it'd probably get worse. Oh, come on! Every opponent? Oh, and it is a soldier deck. Alright, well, it's very aggressive, so... Aggressive deck getting to go first? Yeah. That is not the fun I thought I'd be having. Should I prologue? I'll die. Right, I draw a card and I'll die. I should drown? Then I can't proliferate. Yeah, that feels bad. I guess the other play was to play Voidwing Hybrid, but it would just block. Recruitment Officer? Okay, it's a little bit slower. Interesting. I have 3 mana. Might as well play the Phyrexia. Can't. Oh no. Oh no. Here comes the recruits. Ah, Resolute Reinforcement. Okay. Now we're gonna not die to a Harbin, but I don't like to take a Harbin hit. Valiant Veteran. Now we will get hit by that for a lot. Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of damage. At least we'll still be alive. 2. I don't even want to count. It's 10, right? Yeah, we're 8. And an officer. You sure you want to do that? Okay. Well, I'm gonna draw a card. And now you're poisoned. No island, so that means that it will be -2. Right? Yeah, -2 is fine. It's fine. Clears the board. This is why we need drag to the bottom in the deck. Another Valiant Veteran. Nothing. Okay, so do I want to hold up a counter spell? He's probably going to attack me with the Mishra's Foundry. So let's not hold up a counter spell, right? What I was thinking is I'm going to drown this, and then I will afflict the Mishra's Foundry if he activates it. I think that's fine. -4. Or I can just I can just play this and block. Kind of leaves me open. This can take out the Foundry because it's still mana value 2 or less. Of course. The extra 1 damage. Get out of here, you. And quit. Okay, well, we got that game going. So, our opponent is playing a very aggressive deck, and we got to stifle. Pretty handily, I say. So, that's probably the only game we're going to win today, honestly. We were not even supposed to win that if our opponent knows how to hold back. And that's the thing about aggro decks. You gotta learn when to hold back when your opponent's obviously control. But hey, you know what? I'll take a win. MTGA Arena allows you to see which of your friends... Come on. How many people are actually have a bunch of friend list on their MTGA Arena and is not a pro player? Yeah, ironic. Okay, so every single hand that we've had, we had no poison counter in the opening hand. So I guess a keep is a keep. Maybe that's why this deck is kind of funky, because there might be a, what's it called, a shuffler, I don't want to say bug, but alteration to how many toxic cards you draw in your hand. I'm going to keep though, because honestly, every time I mulligan, I end up with a worse hand. Mono black. Well, mono black is mono black. I get to exile this, called Conscript, so it doesn't come back ever. Really? He's playing off 1 land? Huh. I mean, I'll take whatever damage you can dish. And then I'll exile it. This guy's playing off 1 land. I mean, I know my deck is bad, but it's not this bad. The chutzpah on this guy. Tenacious Underdog. I'm gonna sack it. Sack it. Alright, and now our opponent is poisoned. Hopefully we can get them to 4 poison counter, or 3 poison counters, so the curiosity costs 1. Liliana. Lily Nona. No, go away. Pass. Card draw. Mirix. Alright, we can't even drown anyone, so the Mirix is doing nothing. Toshiro. Target creature gives a +2/+2, -1/-1, or you gain 2 life. Alright, doesn't do anything. You gain 2 life. The least useful thing. Actually, none of these are useful. Pass. Go to end turn. I will create a Might just for it to get killed. That's fine. Basically cost me nothing. So, do I want to drown though? I mean, do I want a Curiosity? Or I can just drown. Next turn, a Curiosity costs 1, right? I can play Mirix, or I can use Mirix, and I can use Binding for something. Yeah. That's fine. You gain your life. I don't want to pay extra mana for the Sword of Curiosity if I don't have to, because I'm greedy. Alright, Tenacious Underdog. I don't even want to counter that. You can draw a card. I'll take the 3. Draw a card. Yep. Very good. Now we have Mites. I don't know if I want another Xander Lounge. So let me draw 2 cards first. Maybe I'll get an untapped land. Rafine Tower. Tap land. Might as well draw against a sorcery. Alright, bunch of lands. Enter. Life of Toshiro Unizawa. Probably a good card. I don't know. Invoke? No invokes, please. Go away. Oh look, more counter spells. Fun. Let's drown this guy. Submit. 4 poison now. You have 5 poison now. Land. Enter. Oh, this is embarrassing. Our opponent is being held back ever so heavily. Do I care about the Graveyard Trespasser? He has 2 more mana. No, I'll let it resolve. He can eat whatever he wants. He can gain life if he wants. It's not hurting me at all. And he tapped out, so his Mishra Foundry can't be a land. Yes, that's exactly what I needed. -1/-1 on my Might would be no fun. I can make it so that it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 more, so we get to 8, right? No, I think he can have that. I know he's gonna kill my Might, but I want to hold my counterspell against more impactful cards. Resolve. Pass. Make another Might. Oh, come on! Are you serious? Look what I have to deal with here. Scar card. Resolve. Discard my lounge. You're at 6. Now you're at 7. Do I want to play a land? Or I want to cycle these lands? I don't want to cycle both of these. Ah, no! Okay, whatever. Played it anyways. I still have a... Oh, I have a drag to the bottom. I don't know how useful that is. It's gonna -1/-1 my Might. Because I misclicked. Wanted to play that land. No. Well, now we got a toxic bird. Toxic Bird. I'll hold up 3 mana for the Myrix instead of cycling for now. Memory of Toshiro. Cut down on my bird. Not my bird. Tenacious Underdog. That's no fun. Great might here. Look at that. Good top deck. Sack a creature. Alright, sack a creature. Get a poison counter. And then attack, get a new poison counter. Now you're at 9. And we'll end turn. See what happens. If he underdogs me again, he has 6, 7 mana. Yeah, if he underdogs me again, he'll die. Give his command. Destroy creature, return 2. Okay, that's nothing. That's actually terrible. Does he want to play this underdog? He does. Myrix. Cycle. What can I get? A land. Okay, that's no fun. Not gonna attack, but I can't block, so I get a straight up counter though. Second Mishra's Foundry. Graveyard Trespasser. He has 5 more mana, but he cannot he cannot cast Invoke, so I will counter this. I just need 1 proliferate. Where's all my Vraskas? Liliana of the Veil.
Something suspicious is going on. And for once, it's not my fault.
Well, is that 1?
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
You want to attack? You don't want to attack. Come on, attack me. I wonder how bad of a player will he be if he attacked me. Nope. Nada. Alright, well, Myrix. More 1/1s. Oh, that's just what I wanted to get. That is no bueno. Free turn because top deck land. Huh. He wants to do. Maybe he top deck land too. Yep, top deck land. So he still can't attack, but whatever this card is, I hope it's a land. Well, he could attack. He's got Mishra's Foundry, but he's not doing that. He wants to put out his Graveyard Trespasser. Yep. Eats my only creature that I need. It does tap himself out, though. That's good for me. Yeah, this doesn't do much, but honestly, I got 1 card draw to win, but it's not happening. There it is. Take 2. Yeah. Not gonna go to my turn before the little might happens. Top deck land again? No, top deck Curiosity is pretty good. Well, of course, if I top deck Curiosity and those are the 2 cards that I draw, then might as well not top deck anything. Land, +1, get rid of island.
I'm tired of your secrets.
I have so many proliferate cards in this deck. And I'm just not drawing any of it. Okay, going down to 5. Can't block with Mire anyways. Opponent gets card draw on us. We get nothing because that's how beautiful our deck is. Maybe that's why it's bad. What the heck? We have so much. I drew all the drag to the bottom and none of the Vraskas. Yep, all of the drag to the bottom and none of the Vraskas. Attacking here doesn't do anything, so... Well, I just died, because he can just attack with the Mishra's Foundry. Let's see if he does that. He might not see it. Honestly, that was kind of the most frustrating game I've ever played.
One of your friends has to leave.
Oh, he didn't do it. Give me an extra turn, huh? Of course, he could just invoke. Another underdog? Okay. Now, I'll let it resolve first. Not that it matters to me, because I'm just gonna top deck something stupid, like a lad. Watch me top deck a lad. My god. My god. What is this hand? What is this hand? Okay, well, I can't block the Mishra's Foundry if he attacks with it. I could drag to the bottom this turn. And, cry. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he can double blitz me anyways. I'm just gonna let him kill me. You know, he deserves it. This has been the worst game I've played in a while, honestly.
Drop it.
We have so many cards in the deck that, like, Vraska's Fall, Prologue to Phyrexia, Vraska herself. You're gonna attack me? Wow! Seriously? And give me an extra turn. Did not see that coming. I honestly thought it would have died that turn. That game. I just wanted to draw a card. I get it. Is he a cut down? If he's a cut down, he still wins. GG regardless. Alright. Bye-bye. Yeah, that was the worst game I've played in a while, honestly. Also, why did the auto-tapper tap my Mirix? Anyways, that's the whole deck, right? That's why it's bad, I guess. It's ultimately super hated by the shuffler. And our deck is not as bad as that game showed it. Because we have so many proliferates. And they're at 9. Like, Rejecting Perfection could have worked. They have a lot of, like, you could have counted Underdog. The Prologue could have worked. The Drown the Ichor eventually would have worked. We drew one Void Wing. We drew one Vraska. We didn't draw any of this Vraska, and we drew all of our lands. Like, basically we drew every card, but the cards that could help us win that game. That was how sad that game was. But that's all I got for you today. I honestly still think you should play this deck if you find Poison Counter fun. It's very control-y, and it does have the right flavors for the win con, right? We should have won a lot of, well, just that last game we should have won, but we didn't because the shuffler decided we shouldn't win. And that was the problem. Even if we draw Takenuma, like, we could have won. We could have Takenuma into a Vraska. And that's the problem with the deck. A lot of times in Arena, it's not whether or not you're good at the game or your deck is good. It's whether or not the system wants you to win. That's unfortunate, but it's the way it is. You got to play your outs. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.